The Queen's COVID news renewed calls for the removal of Andrew and Harry as Counsellors of State. Prince Harry and his uncle Prince Andrew seem to be in hot waters as they are facing fresh calls to lose their key title. Both the royals officially retain the role of Counsellors of State despite stepping down as senior working members of the royal family. Calls for Parliament to discuss the removal of Andrew and Harry as Counsellors of State have been launched on social media. The Queen's COVID news renewed calls to have them removed from these roles and rekindled a discussion over who could replace them. The 95-year-old monarch's former press secretary, Dickie Arbiter, took to Twitter to highlight the current situation concerning the councillors. He tweeted, "The Regency Act 1937 established the office of Counsellor of State, the acts themselves being acts of the United Kingdom Parliament. The Regency Act 1953 restored the Queen Mother's eligibility as a Counsellor of State, which she lost on the death of George VI. Prince Harry resigned as a working member of the royal family in January 2020, since when he's been living in the USA. Prince Andrew has been removed as a working member in the wake of the ongoing Epstein sex scandal, but both are still Counsellors of State." Question: Is there any reason why Parliament cannot introduce a Regency Act 2022 removing Princes Harry and Andrew and reinstating Princess Anne and Prince Edward, who ceased to be Counsellors of State in 2003 and 2005 respectively? Continuity is the watchword. Royal correspondent Richard Palmer responded to Arbiter saying royal sources have argued bringing on a new Regency Act would be a waste of parliamentary time and isn't needed because the Queen doesn't travel abroad anymore. Harry has previously spoken about his tense relationship with his father in both his March interview with Oprah and on Dax Shepard's podcast last month, saying that his father stopped taking his calls shortly before he and Meghan announced they were stepping down as senior royals, and that learning about the pain and suffering his parents experienced inspired him to try and break that cycle of harm for his own family. "I think Charles has been quite devastated by some of the things Harry has said," a friend of the Prince of Wales told Vanity Fair at the time. "He is such a gentleman and a dedicated father first and foremost. Knowing him, he'll be feeling wretched and will take no joy or happiness in what's going on within the family. But he will also want to seek a reconciliation. He is not vindictive at all, and he wants to make peace with Harry." Despite these strained royal relationships, following the birth of their daughter Lily, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are turning their attention back to their own family and their new home in California. "This baby solidifies that they are creating roots here in the States," a close friend of the couple told People, adding that the newborn completes their family and they are so happy. The decision to name the baby after Queen Elizabeth's childhood nickname is also a tribute to Harry's enduring connection to his grandmother, according to royal historian Robert Lacey. After the death of his mother Princess Diana, the monarch was a sort of stepmother for both Harry and William, Lacey explains. "We have all focused on her coaching of William as the future king, but we are realizing now the importance of the emotional bonds that she's been able to establish with Harry, and their ability to talk to each other directly. That affection remains." After returning home from the hospital, Harry and Meghan video called the Queen to introduce her to her 11th great-grandchild, and according to the source, they were very excited and couldn't wait to share that their daughter arrived. They're now both planning to take several months off from working on their Archie Foundation to take care of their newborn and 2-year-old, Archie. The couple's friend, Dean Stott, told People, "Lily becomes the 4th generation of amazing, strong women in the family, behind Meghan, Diana and Her Majesty the Queen. Harry and Meghan now have their complete family. It's their time to be in the moment of their complete